Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. We started recording and I didn't incriminate Ellie in any way. I'm Ethan McKinley, your host. It's episode 23. And we are here with the 2-Minute Terminator, the podcast where we break down the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time. We're on episode 23, as I said, and we're going from minutes 44 to 46, the 2 minutes bridging that gap. And it starts with the truck driving away from the gas station. And it ends with John saying, it's not going to last.
It
Go,
never
Ellie.
does.
Well, your complaint before we started talking, Ellie, was we didn't hit the music, so let's do that.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
Hi, I'm Chief Master Sergeant William Candy.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Your complaint.
And we're back.
We are. Your complaint before we started recording that nothing happens in this scene. So
It really doesn't, but I've got a great name for this particular episode.
the serial killer van in the back of the serial killer van.
Can monkeys be bad boys?
It's going in the act.
Awesome. Yeah, it's just nothing. A lot really happens. We can't really draw a lot from what's going on around them because they're basically just stuck in the back of I said basically. They are stuck in the back of a animal van, which they call Pet Doc 2, which kind of made me think of Pet Dick, which is the name that Lois Einhorn gives Ace Ventura in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Pet Dick.
Maybe I was wrong about you. Maybe you are just some pet dick. God, your gun is digging to my hip. Great movie.
Well,
She was a
it's
weird one.
exposition essentially, and I think this is what's given fans rise to the idea that Kate Brewster, obviously in this they had a bit of a get together at some kind of party when they were kids, even though I guess technically in this he's 23, when in fact he's meant to be 20.
Screwed timelines.
Screw the timeline.
Nah.
Yeah.
What was viewers' qualms with that?
Well, I think people have tried to retrofit this and trying to fit it into the timeline and make things connect in that awful way that George Lucas tried to do with Star Wars when he had Darth Vader build C-3PO. You've not seen that film yet, but when it happens, then you'll be like, get the fuck out of here. I think basically what people are saying is she's the red-haired girl, as we said before, when the T-1000 pulls up and goes, the Galleria? And there's that buck-toothed kid who goes, I think he went to the Galleria. That's meant to be Kate Brewster, not...
Oh my God! So this is like... You know when you're at school and you're like 8 years old and you go around like the bike sheds or something and there's the hot boy in your year like sticks his hands down your knickers. It's kind of that scenario, isn't it?
It is.
I remember that boy. His name was Lewis, and he literally used to have a queue of girls lining up against the fence, and there was this like little kind of house, like a little fake house in the playground where you.
How old were you?
I was probably about 7, 8.
How old was this dude?
The same age.
What? So
I'm
everyone
not
would
joking.
queue up and
All the girls
to get
would
finger
queue
popped
up
by this
along the fence,
underage
and,
pimp.
Yeah.
Really?
And literally, a girl would go in, and then she'd come out, and then the next girl would go in, and then she'd leave. I'm not joking you. I even still remember his name. He was called Lewis, and he was an Irish boy. He was like the most amazing thing. I was so obsessed with him.
Was this because did he come to the school? He didn't start with the school. Did he come to it from another school?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that happens. John, my friend John, was like that. He joined the school about maybe the 3rd year in of high school.
Fresh fish.
I don't know why that is, because I think if you probably look back now, he probably wouldn't actually be that hot or anything special. But I think
I think about him, even though I don't think I've ever looked at an 8-year-old boy and thought, "Phew, hell, he's hot." But thinking back to Lewis and the blurred image that I have in my mind, and the faltering breath and the sweat,
If you know what he looks like, if If you know his full name, you should look him up now and see if he's some like fat insurance salesman.
Or he might be like ridiculously like attractive and well endowed and, you know, living in Chelsea. I don't know. He sounds like a knob.
I always think usually the most popular people at school when we were at school never translated
Now
into the kind of that version of the adult.
Yeah. I always find as well that the kids that were hot when we were at school, like girls that were hot when we were at school now aren't hot. And it's always the weird ones. Like we went to school with this girl. To be fair, I mean, even at school she was anorexic and she was really like kind of weird looking, but she's now like an actual catwalk model.
Shall I tell you why?
Why?
I think when you're a child, if you have child-oriented features, you look good as a child. But if you're an ugly kid, you've got more adult-orientated features. So when you grow into your looks and become adult, they're the ones to watch. I mean, occasionally a cute kid can become a cute adult, but I don't remember it ever being that way. Anyone I grew up with, all the ugly kind of, like you said, the girls who were not all that. Or girls that have, you know, pick someone famous, and if you look at them when they were a kid, they look really ropey and awful, and now they're like super hot and they probably got picked off being weird looking or ugly, but they have the last laugh in a sense because all the fucking girls that were
unless your name's Matilda May.
Yeah, but I mean, some people were hot when they were young, and then they grow up into the adult version of that. It just depends, doesn't it? It's all lifestyle and etc. So who knows? But yeah,
etc. etc. etc.
I've always looked like this, so make of that
what you
haven't. Will. I have.
You haven't.
I was the cheeky roister doister I am now.
Roister doister. Oh my god. I think there's actually something quite alluring about you when you were like young, and the old nose. I don't know. It's quite hot, and you just. I don't know your awkwardness. I mean, I know that you have awkwardness in you. But I know it takes like a certain situation for it to come out. Most times,
a podcast with someone famous.
But every now and again, well, no, it's just like a little while ago when I was just like, "Oh, do you want Nick to help out with this thing?" And I was just like, he was coming down or up, should I say? And then I was like, "Well, actually, I can get him round." You went, "No." And even though you're being silly, I could tell that if you actually met Nick, he'd probably be all awkward and weird. And yet, in other situations where normal people would be awkward or weird. You're not, and you're totally fine.
I know, I flourish in that kind of thing. But no, I think because I've not met Nick. And also, I mean, well, I think, you know what the main reason is? I think it's meeting someone, just asking them to do something for you. I'm not comfortable with that.
No, but it's not asking to, we were just asking for help. And it's all this kind of...
Well, he was at yours last weekend, wasn't he? So you could have asked him to kind of like see if he could make the desk work instead of watching Bonzo and Billy or whatever you were watching. We
watched Ford Fairlane.
That's it. Did he like it?
He absolutely loved it. Like he was like, this is one of the most amazing films I've ever seen. I was like, I know, right? And he's already watched it since he's been back. He was like, he messaged me today saying, I actually watched Ford Fairlane last night. It's like, yes.
Ford, this is a fake number. This is just for the movies. Yeah, you think this is real life?
Hey, 555. That's not a real number. No way, kid. What do you think this is? Real life? It's the bit. She was a real pig, but I fucked her. I love that. So good.
Yeah, if you've not seen it, listeners, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Oh my god! Do yourself a favour. Just put your kids in the bath for the evening. Whoa. And just kick the wife out and just watch Ford Fairlane. It's amazing. It's so good.
Right, you want some... I'll tell you something about the gas station, shall I?
Oh, even though that's in the last 2 minutes, but yeah.
We
need to fill this 2 minutes with something.
Yeah.
Although I was actually going to ask you, did you ever find out who the young chap behind the till was?
No, I tried to find him, but I couldn't. I literally did, and he wouldn't. I couldn't find him anywhere. Sorry.
That's a shame. Sorry. But yes, tell me about the gas station.
If I do, I will put him in the notes of tonight's Wednesday show, basically. Yeah, the gas station that the Terminator refuels and gets all the food and the what's it called? The Schnitzel Twistel Waffel.
Manna
Schnitzenwafer. Isn't it more of like a long kind of spiced bun type thing?
No, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah, the gas station. The gas station is the same one that's in all 3 Terminator films.
I don't remember AMPM being in all the 3 Terminator movies.
Well, I think the building, it's in Terminator 1, apparently. It was shown at the end.
Desert?
It was shown at the end where the pregnant Sarah stops just before driving into the Mojave Desert in Terminator 1, basically.
That's not the same place.
Apparently so. The gas station, the Terminator stops for refueling. But I agree with you, because that's more of like this desert shack with like watermelons being sold outside.
Really
it's
run
like
down,
run down,
dilapidated.
It's not a brand name gas station. It's just some weird middle of nowhere Dust Bowl, New Mexico gas station. So yeah,
lies.
yeah. I think it could be a lie, because it's like it's even in Terminator 2.
Yeah, when is it in Terminator 2?
The gas station they camp in after she escapes the mental hospital. The mental hospital. I'll get me brain medicines off the National Health.
News. Yeah, so not a lot really happens, I don't think, in this particular episode. However, we see the first kind of talk about what's happening, what's going on. Bruce is about to find out that she's not actually being kidnapped. She's part of a bigger plan. What I don't understand in this particular scene is, considering the seriousness of this situation, I know she's been an absolute
terror,
bastard of a passenger.
Yeah.
As he's talking to her, he's smiling, and as she's kind of having a go at him, he's smiling. So that just takes away any credibility of what he says.
Yeah, you think he'd be trying to shout some calmness into her while telling her to shut up and listen to what he has to say.
Business, or be serious, as opposed to just sat there with that stupid ape face on him, just grinning. Just, I don't like him, Ethan. I really don't.
Whoa. Tough crowd.
That's why when she goes, what do you think? You're a bad boy? You part of a gang? And that's when, can monkeys be bad boys? Just pops into my head. It's like, does he look like a bad boy to you?
No.
Looks pretty weak to me.
No, he doesn't. But as you, well, I mean, is this even classed as a cock-up? I don't know. The AMPM petrol station in the desert, the cash register is covered with handwritten signs saying phones, computers are out of order, and thus credit cards are not working. Yet the Terminator shoplifts some food. Well, after he shoplifts the food, the phone is working, and the gas station attendant calls the authorities.
Oh yeah.
So that answered your question from the last one. Basically, it's shot at 2 different times. Someone took all the stickers off the register. It's a new, different register without stickers. And because of the EMP, obviously you'd think there's no kind of electronics working. But there we go. You failed Terminator 3.
Yeah, Terminator 3.
Also, during the sequence when the Terminator is in the convenience store, he is throwing items, bags of chips, and stuff like that. The basket's almost overflowing. After it cuts away, the items are neatly stacked in the basket.
Oh, basket.
And finally, at the AMP gas station, there are signs saying the phones and computers are out of order. Unless they were very old gas pumps, they wouldn't be able to pump gas either, Ellie.
Exactly. And I noticed that they had the option of having like ATM payments actually at the pumps. I remember seeing that thinking, I wonder. One thing that did make me laugh about this scene is when she's saying, I'm being kidnapped. And then she goes, I'm getting married. I have a fiance, and she shows her ring, and it just reminded me of that meme on Facebook. Never marry a woman. Like a woman's, what is it? A woman's finger is for wearing a ring, not ringing the devil's doorbell. Never marry a masturbator. It then got me onto the thought of Kate Brewster masturbating, and then I came to the thought, what's this actress's name again?
Claire Danes.
Claire Danes. Has she ever done any nude scenes?
No, she hasn't.
I'm gonna Google it.
Google away.
She might have. It's worth a Google.
I just typed in Google into Google because you said Google.
Oh no, it's just one of those situations where they put a picture of her head on a naked woman.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that. Weirdly,
legs akimbo. Sometimes they're really funny.
Well, some of them, it's weird because some actresses that do naked stuff, they still put naked pictures of them online, like as if you. It's very strange.
Oh my god, there's one here where they've actually put Claire Danes' head on a body which is almost the exact body as one of those real dolls. Ethan, did your heart stop?
No, I'm just trying to find the picture in question, but no, I disagree.
Do you know which one I'm looking at?
No.
Well, then how can you disagree?
Because they all seem to be like real pictures.
No. Well, no, I think this is a real woman's body, but it just reminds me of one of those bodies on one of the real dolls.
However, that one's funny. Oh, you sent me a picture of Claire Danes. Was that your face when you saw Muggleton's dick?
No, that's when she's pointing at the ring. I was just like, we've got Monkey Boy and Frog Woman.
I was going to say, the picture I've sent to you of Claire Danes is the happy face she should have in the back of that van. She should be smiling.
Let me see. Is it something that we can put on the wall? Yeah. Or is it too rude? Oh my god, she's got puffy nipples. That's why she...
That's enough! So yeah, I mean, they've had some altercation as younger teenagers. What do you think of this? Well, you know what? He goes, "Who am I?" And the Terminator goes, "You're John Connor, the future leader of the Resistance, the savior of mankind." Ellie. Ellie. We appear to have lost transmission. Oh, sorry. There we go. Hi, Ellie.
There we go.
What happened then?
I don't know. All of a sudden, you got really, really loud, and then I was talking, and then you're going, Ellie, and I was like, I can hear you. Why can't you hear me?
He's calling from inside the house. Get out!
Oh my god! Good times. What were you going to ask me?
Well, yeah, more about the clip. What do you think?
I've noticed a cock up.
Go on.
Cock up. So when the truck drives out of the petrol station or the gas station, Americans, you see there's a load of wear and tear and damage to the side of the van. However, when we go inside the van to talk to John and Brewster,
the damage can't be seen from inside the van. Yeah, that's weird.
There's absolutely no damage whatsoever. However, when you see it from the side, again, I rewound it many times. There's a huge indentation that runs all the way along. It's battered. There's holes and things, and yet when you see John leaning against the same side but from the inside, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So that's a bit of a cock up.
Well, I mean, you could let them get away with being the no dents on the inside. No. Whoa, tough crowd.
Dude, that van has been smashed into many, many, many times. Have you forgotten the epic car chase that we've just seen?
Smashing
I know that
your
was
fan.
like 4 episodes ago. Many moons ago. But, no, that... Plus, she would be battered to shit. She would be fucked.
Yeah?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
The back of that van would be a mess. All of those papers that are precariously pinned with, like, little pins to the back of the doors. Again, I mean, it would just be carnage in there. But, yeah, it's all quite nice and neat and tidy, and there's no damage, and it's a lovely little love scene between the two youngsters who used to bump uglies.
They didn't used to bump ugly. I think she just copped off with him at a party.
Copped off.
I was trying to find the right words.
Talking of words, would you like to know what my Urban Dictionary word is for today?
Yes, why not?
Or my Urban Dictionary words. So this is kind of a phrase. Urban Dictionary, if you lovely listeners out there haven't ever heard of it, it's for all the urban words that we use nowadays, i.e. slang, and it gives you the definitions.
You dirty slang.
Sometimes there's more than one. So today's Urban Dictionary wisdom is on double decking. Have you ever heard of double decking before, Ethan?
No, I'll take a swing at it and say it's to do with a man and two ladies, and they really love each other. They might fight in a way.
Okay.
Am I on the right track?
No, there's two different meanings. The first is you and a friend, both fucking girls on a bunk bed in a synchronized manner. That's kind of explanatory. And then the other
Sophie
is
and Eloise?
taking a dump. You missed out on that one. Taking a dump into the toilet tank so that when a person flushes the toilet, they're astonished to see a turd come down.
Yeah, I think the first one's more appropriate.
I don't know. I quite like that one. Although I'd heard that double decking was something a lot worse. Oh wait, here we go. The top definition of double decking is the act of releasing a bowel movement on top of another bowel movement, or a Bismarck.
Oh dear.
That's today's Urban Dictionary word.
Yeah, Sophie and her sister used to double deck a lot, apparently.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they do it on TV, don't they?
Well, they do now. I found the gas station cashier.
Yes, well done. Who is he?
He's an actor called John Foster. And he's practiced his craft for many years. He started off at the local Iowa Theatre and eventually furthered his career in Los Angeles to lead roles on television and on the big screen. He has a diversity of interests and talents that include extreme sports, music production, songwriting, touring, and his musical project, Kane Holler. He was born in 1984 and he's from Fairfield, Iowa.
What are extreme sports? Aren't all sports extreme if you take them to like a professional
Anything from
level?
Point Break. When you say bro a lot, basically.
Okay. Extreme!
Have you got anything else to add to the Clipperoo, Ellie?
Anything else to add? No, that's pretty much everything I have on that particular clip.
All right. Well,
There's not really a lot you can say about the small confines of a.
What's your next clip? And I will get back to you.
Okay.
We shall return next time, which will hopefully be Thursday for you. I'm working for the next 2 days, so I'm doing these shows now back to back, and they'll be released on the days. Yes, so I've been Ethan McKinley.
I've been Ellie Fitzgerald.
And she's been Ella Fitzgerald. We shall return tomorrow with facts and an actual show tomorrow, opposed to Ellie's stories of finger poppage in primary school.
Whatever. That was the most entertaining part of this whole podcast, and you know it.
Oh, shut up and feed your pony.
Watch out for machines. They're unstoppable. Watch out for machines.